Hey, Levi here at Mopar 2024. We're out here with my 67 Barracuda slowback at the autocross. Can't wait to see what this Barracuda will do, especially with our new Street Connection suspension. After the rear upper spring crossmember is installed, the next part you're going to want to install is the rear upper sway bar crossmember. That's this guy right here. When you get the part, it's going to come with the sway bar links pre-welded on, but there is some fitment that's going to be required to get this to fit nice and snug. So you may have to end up trimming this back edge a little bit so that it fits up against your weld, and that's kind of dependent on how good of a welder you are. And then this front here may need some trimming on these outer edges. You can see we've marked that. We're just going to take it back out one more time and trim this edge. And then also right here, it interferes with the floor just a little bit. And so what we're going to probably do is take an air hammer, or just you could use a regular hammer, and we're just going to lightly tap this area in so that the whole cross member can go up tighter. Now over here it's looking pretty good. We got plenty of room to go up still. It's all going to go up over here. We should be good. And then once we get it where it's not interfering, you're going to want to take some sheet metal screws and screw through a couple of these holes to draw the cross member up tight, as tight as you can against the ribs that are in the existing floor pan. After you've clearanced the floor and the panel, it's time to test fit it one last time. Now you're going to want to screw the panel in place with some temporary sheet metal screws. Some clearancing of the inside of the floor may be necessary to get a tight fitment. We recommend using an air hammer for this. You want to make sure that the panel is very tight against the existing floor pan. Verify by looking through the plug weld holes to ensure that the panel is tight. After your cross member is fit and screwed to the original floor pan, you're going to want to trace the holes so that you can prep it for welding by removing the paint.
You will want to spray the backside of this crossmember with primer before installation to help prevent it from rusting.
Now we are getting ready for the final fitment of the rear upper sway bar crossmember.
Once you have the crossmember screwed into place, you can go ahead and start welding. We recommend getting a few plug welds in and doing some small tack welds around the edges to secure everything in place. Once you have completed all the plug welds, you can move on to welding up the edges. We use small stitch welds, jumping around at different locations on the crossmember until it was fully welded up. The edges which will need to be fully welded are the rear edge connecting to the rear spring crossmember, the leading edge along the sheet metal, and the side edges along the frame caps.